Coming up, mountain lawmakers say the flooding devastation is unlike anything they've seen in their lifetime.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Tomorrow marks 1 week since many eastern Kentucky families were startled awake by rushing floodwaters. The devastating flooding destroyed neighborhoods, homes, roads, and bridges. The death toll stands at 37, but hazard officials say 16 people are still missing in Perry County alone. The governor says 3 women are unaccounted for in Breathitt County. Today, some eastern Kentucky lawmakers gathered at the Wendell Ford Airport in Perry County for a news conference after seeing the destruction from the air. WYMT's Olivia Calfee begins our coverage.
This was the view at Wendell H. Ford Airport today, where officials got together to discuss needs and the current state of their communities.
It's just devastation that you can't imagine until you get up in that helicopter like we did today.
Representative Chris Fugate described it in his own words.
As far as damage, I mean, it's indescribable, really. Looks like bombs went off in all of our counties, but, you know, looking at the people is what is really hurtful.
And he told one of the many stories of heartbreak.
Lady, 94-year-old, came into our shelter, no shoes, no socks, wet, rescued by the helicopter, National Guard.
The National Guard's rescues have slowed down as of now, but their supply deliveries have not.
The National Guard is going out and making drops with the bags that we give them to take out. They want some each time they land.
Tabitha Collins is one of the many people across eastern Kentucky who are working to make a difference.
I've really never seen anything like it. On Thursday when it started, I come to work just on a regular day, and they started bringing these people in, and there was nothing here. So we got in the closet. We were bringing the coats out, trying to comfort them, cover them up. They were so wet.
Another day filled with hope, heartbreak, and resilience. In Perry County, Olivia Calfee, WYMT Mountain News.
Officials say there's still a lot that needs to be done, but the outpouring of help has been amazing. Team Kentucky is partnering with Eastern Kentucky leaders to form a game plan. Today, Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman toured Clay, Leslie, Letcher, and Knott counties to speak with local leaders and assess flood damages. The Lieutenant Governor says it's important for her and the governor to see these communities in person and to hear the stories of those who were impacted.
The devastation is heartbreaking. The way that communities have come together in a second to help each other. People who've lost everything are helping people who've lost everything. It is the most heartwarming thing that I've seen.
Lieutenant Governor Coleman says rebuilding these communities is certainly going to take some time, but that her and Governor Beshear are in this for the long haul. To other news briefly, new at 11, the search for an escaped inmate from Madison County has ended here in the mountains. Kentucky State Police officials say 43-year-old Billy R. Lowe was found this afternoon in Knox County and arrested. He was serving a sentence for manufacturing meth when he walked away from the Bluegrass Career and Development Center on Sunday. No further details have been released.
Continuing to watch the potential for a few thunderstorms here this evening. If you've been with us for the last little bit, you've noticed a severe thunderstorm warning crawling at the bottom of your screen. That was for some of our counties in East Tennessee. We had some storms there that kind of continue to sneak up to the north. For many of us now, we're all quiet. High night camera UVA wise, if you look real close, you can see the stars out there tonight. A muggy temperature of 70 there right now. As we head over toward I-75 at Mount Vernon, all is quiet at this moment. Temperatures remain muggy, middle and upper 70s. How about 80 still in Jackson at this hour? It is soupy outside, and it still feels like 84 in Jackson, 81 London and Somerset, so it is very muggy outside. That's what's helping fuel some of these storms that were previously severe across Campbell and Claiborne counties, but for the most part, those have started to weaken, as you'd expect once we get past the sunset hour, but still some thunder and lightning, some gusty winds possible have followed over to Big Barren and over into portions of Campbell and Claiborne counties. That's sneaking across the border toward Whitley County, even just north and west of Somerset, getting in on some rumblers right now, and some showers west of Monticello. Everything here is moving north or south to north. You can almost see the two air masses coming together with showers from the south, showers from the north, and it's that frontal boundary across the Midwest that we're going to have to keep an eye on as we head into the next couple of days. So 70 for us tonight. Most of us partly to mostly clear, but those southern counties could run into a shower or even a thunderstorm as we head into tonight. Now, I've got the very latest on when we could see more showers and storms coming up in just a bit. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Some flood survivors say they do not want to move again. People staying at Kempton Elementary say the Red Cross did not give them enough notice about moving to West Liberty and were told they could not stay with their pets. A Red Cross official says the animals can come but have to be housed separately. One survivor says in many cases these pets are helping with emotional support.
What's it going to do to animals? What's it going to do to us? I think personally we've all been through enough and can't take no more. We can't take no more.
Victims also told us they are concerned about being moved further away from their homes in Jackson in Breathitt County, saying that will make recovering that much harder. A beloved grocery store in Letcher County was destroyed in last week's flood. The owner of the Isom IGA, Gwen Kristen, has owned the store for more than 20 years. It is the only full-service grocery store in the city. The next closest one is several miles away.
I do think that this end of the county needs a grocery store, because from this part here to the Perry County line on Highway 7 is 25 miles, and it's, you don't have a grocery store.
Kristen says she does not know what the next move is, but that she hopes the community can rebuild along with the store. As people continue to clean up Eastern Kentucky, Appalachian Regional Healthcare is sharing a warning. They say there are potential health hazards of bacteria in the mud and water, and that if people have not gotten tetanus shots yet, they should. Tetanus affects the nervous system and could cause lockjaw. Dr. Jeff Akers is the CEO of Pharmaceutical Services at ARH. He says even if you can't remember your last shot, get one anyway to be on the safe side.
My recommendation would be to be vaccinated so as if they have a laceration or a puncture wound, then their body will already have the antibodies built to fight that infection.
Dr. Akers says the Tdap vaccine is recommended for tetanus. One disaster relief group is set up here in Hazard, handing out thousands of hot meals to families across the region. As Chad Hedrick explains, it's a need they say they are ready to fill for as long as necessary.
An assembly line of hot food boxed up and going out the door to families in need.
As we try to provide that hot barbecue meal as a place of normalcy.
Operation Barbecue Relief is a national nonprofit that started after a tornado destroyed Joplin, Missouri. This is their second time in Kentucky in less than a year.
We was over in Western Kentucky, over in Mayfield back in December, and then like I say, we're here in Eastern Kentucky this time.
The group has already served more than 24,000 meals since rolling into town Friday. It's welcome relief for communities to know they have a place to turn to.
And we've been delivering them out into the communities up and down each and every road around us that we know has been heavily impacted, hitting the shelters with those as well.
The meals are being boxed at County Line Community Church, which is right along Route 15 at the Perry-Breathitt County line. It's a one-stop shop for people to get water, cleaning supplies, that hot meal, and also fellowship.
We have heard a lot of stories of what folks are going through, and not only am I hearing their stories, but my parents lost everything they had. I have family members that are still unaccounted for myself. And not only do I hear their stories, but I know what they're going through.
It's in these moments of loss and confusion that a simple meal feels like a godsend, filling bellies and hearts that are broken.
As long as the need's here, we'll be here.
In Perry County, Chad Hedrick, WKYT.
Operation Barbecue does need volunteers to help deliver and box food. They are set up next to the Food City here in Hazard. Leslie County native and former Kentucky Wildcat Tim Couch teamed up with ARH for flood relief. Couch and ARH employees unloaded a huge truckload of supplies, from much-needed bottled water to cotton cloths. Couch says he's happy to help a region that supported him through his college and NFL career.
I think it's been amazing what's happened in surrounding counties and around the state, and Lexington especially, where people are raising a ton of money for this area, and it's heartwarming to see how much people care, and Kentucky bonding together.
If you're wanting to make a donation to ARH, staff say they could really use more bottled water. The Laurel County Canine Forensics team is wrapping up its work today in eastern Kentucky. Units have been in Perry and Knott counties for the past 3 days. They've worked with a number of agencies on searches and rescues. The team posted on Facebook, quote, "You can't truly comprehend the work that goes into an effort like this until you've been a part of it." Pikeville Medical Center hosted an event this evening to help raise money for flood victims throughout the region. WYMT's Jordan Mullins has more from PMC's Flood Relief Telethon and the importance of giving back to those who may have lost everything.
Pikeville Medical Center's Flood Relief Telethon kicked off Wednesday at 7 p.m. in an effort to give back to communities devastated by last week's floods.
We understand that our care goes outside these walls. We want to be a part of our community because our people are part of this community.
Working together with WYMT and other community partners to assist in a time of need for so many.
Not just in their time of sickness, but in their time of devastation also. So we want to make sure that we're giving back to our friends and our neighbors and our family, and just like I said, our PMC family.
In just half an hour, more than $30,000 was donated. By the end of the night, donations surpassed $109,000.
This money will help with that. It will help us to help them rebuild and be able to sustain life here so that our culture here in Appalachia can continue.
But efforts to rebuild have only just begun.
Whether it be a food item, whether it be a couple dollars that you can spare, just anything to help us help our flood victims be able to rebuild, surround them with love, and let them know that Eastern Kentucky is here to support them in their time of need.
And folks still need your help. In Pikeville, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
If you missed PMC's Flood Relief Telethon, you can also donate at www.givepmc.com or drop off cleaning supplies and non-perishable food items at PMC locations in Pikeville, South Williamson, or Prestonsburg. Father Jim Sitchko in Central Kentucky is giving back to flood victims in Eastern Kentucky with the help of the social media community. He posted an Amazon wish list 3 days ago, and he's received hundreds of packages already with 4 days of giving left to go.
This is really what humanity is about. People giving. And anytime you give, you receive. You know what this shows? This shows that everyone wants to do something.
He will be collecting donations through Friday and then bringing them to Eastern Kentucky. Several agencies in Madison County are stepping up and holding a donation drive for flood victims. The Richmond Fire Department is teaming up with multiple agencies and businesses for the drive. You can drop off donations at EKU Center for the Arts or Berea Fire Station number 1. It's happening this Thursday, tomorrow, and items can be dropped off from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. They're asking for cleaning supplies, water, personal hygiene products, and non-perishable food. Williamsburg Police Chief Wayne Byrd is retiring at the end of the month. Byrd has served Williamsburg and Whitley County for nearly 30 years. Prior to taking over as chief, Byrd held positions as a detective, lieutenant, sergeant, and worked as a task force officer for the London DEA. K-9 Riker is joining Chief Byrd in retirement. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, a Letcher County man shares his new song, which he says was inspired by the resilience of Eastern Kentuckians following last week's flooding.
And not only will we be dealing with the return of showers and storms to the mountains, but the heat sticks around too. The latest on that is coming up next.
When it comes to reducing energy costs, you may not think about your windows, siding, or doors as being the largest energy loss in your home. At